Hello viewers and welcome back to Rise of Venice with me, Choo. So in the meantime, as you can see here, we've kind of expanded our little group of ships by quite a little bit now, and what has happened was that my game crashed actually recording, or rather my recording program crashed when recording some footage, and we missed a lot of the trading stuff. So that's no big deal, and well, since we were missing about like 10 or so minutes of footage, I'll just kind of explain what has happened so far. So I believe we ended off the game, we ended off the little bit of the game by setting up a few trade routes last time. So we set up the Gamma over here, transporting quite a lot of goods through Zara, Ragusa, and Durazzo. Now we actually have a second fleet, which is called Hermes, which is doing trading in Caroni, Athens, Thessaloniki, and yeah, this area. So I think we've set these up already, and they are just two automated fleets which will generate us income as we go along. And in addition to that, we also have a third fleet here called Adama, which I am just currently keeping inside Venice. I think what we missed was one mission objective asking us to go to Ragusa, and we were supposed to build a church there as a part of a mission that was just really meant to demonstrate how you're supposed to like build goods and stuff, or rather build up towns and stuff. So now
everything is going as planned.
In Ragusa, we actually have we actually have a warehouse here, and we are currently building a church, and that was just kind of done off screen. So what I'm going to do now is that I am actually going to get it so that this warehouse is actually going to start buying goods automatically as well. And we're just going to go to the Gamma fleet ever so slightly, edit its trade routes so that it'll also purchase goods, load goods in its port, in the port of Ragusa. So then, yeah, we'll be able to increase our supply of goods like that. So that is the initial steps of setting up our merchant empire. In the previous games like Port Royal and Patrician 4, the step of actually getting the city building permits and stuff like that did take a little bit of time, and I like how they kind of streamlined the game so it's a little faster. Oh yes, and we went to Rome, and I think we did some stuff around here too. I think I also talked about the volcanoes here. There's one near Naples, and there's one near Palermo. These two can actually erupt, which is quite wonderful. So that is that's kind of that. And well, currently we have the objective of going to Constantinople. So the new church in Ragusa is finished and consecrated. Currently, however, something seems to be brewing inside the east. The Doge of Venice has asked us to scout out Constantinople. He's giving us a mission which suggests that we will be carrying a spy, and the Doge apparently wants to keep this a secret. So we're supposed to transport a spy from this little buoy here to the to the city of Constantinople. And at this period of the game, you start to see a lot more pirate activity along the sea routes. You see that there's one pirate boat going around here, and there will definitely be another one somewhere around Constantinople. So right now, one of the things that we want to do is that we want to equip the Adama fleet with a few ships that will be capable of fighting off the enemy. So with that kind of said, let's take a look at what ships are available for us to build. So we have the sloop, we have the dhow, we have the Gilis, and we have the brig. And that looks like that is all that we can buy. So the majority of these ships appear to be fairly trade-oriented ships, and by that I mean they don't have very many guns and all. So what I think I'll do is that I'll just buy 2 sloops to augment Fleet Adama, and we'll equip those fleets with some people. So hopefully we should be able to see some combat today. what had happened was that I think Constantinople, this part of world history isn't particularly too familiar for me. But I think what had happened in Constantinople was that on one hand you have the Turks trying to get into Europe, and they would be the Ottoman Empire, right? And they would be coming from Asia, obviously. And on the other hand, you had the Byzantine Empire, which was essentially the Eastern Roman Empire still present. So I think what had happened was that the Byzantine Empire, when they were still around, when they were in control of Constantinople, they actually gave the Italian traders permits of trade into their ports, and after the Turks took over, those same permits were actually still considered valid. The Italians pretty much said, and I don't remember the exact words, but they pretty much said that the affairs of Constantinople aren't really their matters, aren't really the Italian traders' matters. So they just kind of they just pretty much ignored the conflict. But then again, trade was very, very beneficial for whoever was the owner of Constantinople, so it doesn't really matter, so long as the money kept flowing into that direction, and so long as the spices flowed into Venice, everything was good in the eyes of both parties. Oh, apparently piracy has struck, and it looks like some pirates plundered one of our fleets. Well, that is unfortunately lost money for us. We'll have to do something about that in a little bit, and currently I'm just waiting for the fleet Adama to finish building itself. So, currently our trade is actually pretty good. You'll see here that a lot of the towns around here are still short in wheat and logs, so we'll see if we can really up the ante on those two resources in a little bit. What I think I'll do in the meantime is that I'll get Fleet Adama, and how you can increase your combat power is that you can buy a certain amount of ammunition and goods to help you out. So inside the naval battles, what you want to do is that you want to have a lot of sailors on your boats. I believe they help your cannons reload faster, and they make it a lot easier to board the enemy and take the enemy into a fight like that. So we do want to pick up the maximum amount of sailors. And the second thing that you can do is that you can augment your fleets with two different types of specialty rounds. Now you have you have down here the chain shot and the canister shot. So what they used to do was that canister shots, or pretty much like giant shotgun blasts, and provided that they penetrated the wood of the ship's hulls, I mean, it was essentially a gigantic shotgun blast. And hell, even if it didn't penetrate the hull of the ship, it would clear the deck of anybody who was up there, right? Because you'd be peppering them with small rounds. So yeah, that's one type of round that's pretty lethal. And if you played Empire Total War or Napoleon Total War, they actually have those two rounds available as sort of side things for the artillery pieces, actually. And in that game, they're also pretty deadly too. So right now, looks like we filled up our Adama fleet with people, so that's good. We're just going to make another stop in Venice, where we have that final completed sloop, and we'll pick that up, and then hopefully we'll be able to jump into one of those sea battles to show you guys. Just bear in mind that the game is more or less about trading, so there probably won't be that much action. Oh, and we've apparently discovered a pirate hideout. Just where, though, is another question. Is this it? Yeah, this is a pirate hideout, so we can go and check that out too. Yeah, so we go into Venice here, pick up that other sloop, and then we go trade, equip, get the rest of the sailors available. So what you want to do with these sailors is, yeah, you can actually arm these sailors too. So you can buy some sabers or some muskets to help them out in combat power, if you so choose to. But what I'm going to do here is that I'm going to buy right around 300 rounds in both chain shot and canister shot. You also have these two things down here: explosive barrels and burning oil. Those two things, one of them is the exploding barrels are essentially mines that you can put down into the sea. Oh, apparently this convoy isn't powerful enough, so what we're going to do, organize our convoy, get all of these ships, put them in combat roles, and, let's see, actually, we'll take these ships off, and then we'll just do optimized combat strength like that.
The spy is aboard. Now get him to Constantinople as quickly as possible.
Yeah, so there we go. So now our fleet is ready, and it is, well, ready to go over to Constantinople and deliver the spy. Now, I've already played past this point, so I know that there is a little pirate fleet waiting for us over there. And I've got to say, the naval battles inside this game are actually quite challenging. But then again, I mean, merchants were always kind of fighting against pirates, right?
A pirate is attacking your convoy.
Yeah, so here we go. A pirate fight is going to develop here. So we have the option to either surrender, automate the fight, or you know, manually control the fight. Well, the pirates are attacking us with 2 ships that have 64 combat power, and currently we have 3 ships with 59 combat power. So we're a little undermanned, but if we manually control the battles, we should have a fairly decent chance of winning.
Enter battle!
So how these battles work is that we control the middle, we control one of these ships here. We can direct the rest of the convoy, so the 2 sloops are currently automated. And you'll see that what the controls are over there on the bottom. And the battle just kind of develop along these lines where our ships essentially just exchange cannon shot rounds. Try to put a few rounds into these pirates' ships. So currently we're using standard shot ammunition, but later on, you know what? What I think I'll do is I'll switch my ammunition to chain shot, and we'll try to get rid of their sails. Yeah, so what I'm going to try to do is you'll see that each ship has 3 different health bars. You have the actual strength of the ship, the amount of sailors present aboard, and you also have the sail hull. So if we're able to get rid of these enemy sails, we're going to be able to make it so that boarding them will be much easier, or rather getting behind them, getting into a good position to really put rounds into them. That's what I'm trying to do here. Yeah, our sloops are taking quite a lot of damage. On the left panel, you can see the amount of health each and every single one of our little ships have in the 3 respective categories. Come on, fight!
Welcome aboard. Got him.
Yeah. Ships are still in the fight, so that's good. Yeah, we are piloting a trade ship right now called the Dow, and these were, I believe they're middle. They are, they're not ships that were actually of European design. So this ship that we're currently piloting is actually a big trade ship, so it's a lot slower than these pirate ships, which are kind of meant for combat. So right here, I'm trying to get into the enemy's range, or into range. Yeah, it's kind of finicky. The game will automatically just
they lost something.
Kind of determine whether or not you will fire or not. So currently, I'm just trying to bring us about and shoot the enemy.
We're running aground. All hands! Abandon ship!
Thanks, that sloop did not last very long during the fight, eh? Yeah, they're trading shots over there. Our sloop is starting to lose some steam though, but damn, I wish my ship could go faster right now. Now, if I actually pull up the panel over here, you can actually see that when you pull your ships up, you can see some information about the terrain underneath the ship, underneath the ocean, and you can see here that if there's some parts of the ship, or there's some parts of the ocean with some reefs around, and those reefs will actually slow us down by quite a little bit. currently I'm in a good location to actually bank a few shots into this ship, who really doesn't have any choice but to chase us, so I think we'll keep on firing into him.
We're stranding!
Let's see. So our Dow is still at full health. Our sloop is taking quite a lot of hull damage, but they have full sails, so in the event that they want to pull out, we can probably get them to disengage. Going to try to bank into this this pirate ship some more.
There's something we can salvage.
And then we're going to go into these reefs here by a little bit. So by doing that, we slow our ship down enough so that we can just kind of fire onto this boat. Now, I'm not sure if you can actually lose cannons inside this game. By lose cannons, I mean the mechanic in which as your ships take fire, you may start to lose some people aboard, right? And then as the crew dies and the ship gets ripped apart, you know, the cannons fall out. So yeah, that is also something that's rather interesting. I think actually the Empire and Napoleon Total War games actually had that thing too, where your ships would gradually lose cannons on each side, too.
They dropped something.
Yeah, one more volley should finish off that pirate ship right there, assuming that we can hit him. Assuming that our sloop over there can hit him.
Got him.
I'm actually going to take control of the ship over here, and then here I will be able to control them. And another volley should sink these guys. There we go. Come on. Just barely in range. There we go. We're going to have to bank close to them. Bank away, fire off, and that's going to finish them off. Boom. Yeah, you can also board the ships too, but like using the things that we have here, it's a little risky, seeing as how we barely have any crewmen. So yeah, enemy fleet was destroyed, and
so,
we can then move that there.
I have some fragments.
Oh crap! If you probably should have probably finished that thing, but it says here that our father has given us 2 fragments of a treasure map and knows where other pieces can be found. So apparently there are 5 places marked on the map that we can go to reclaim some treasure. So anyhow, that is one part of the combat for now. We've arrived in Constantinople, and what I'm going to do here is that I'm going to get our Adama fleet to repair. And in the meantime, let's check out the map and what is around here. So, we've checked out the combat inside the game now. Let's see, where are these treasure map locations? So they are marked about around here. Oh, and that's right, the game does give you quite a lot of these little flavor objects just kind of spread out amongst the map. So looks like here we found a mosque. You know, I'm not too sure about these buildings. You know, I don't know the history behind them, so I'll let you guys read the flavor text if you guys want, and then I think we'll just go forward. What else do we have here? Have also a nice little castle, and usually when you click on these objects you can actually do some stuff with them. So with this castle, apparently we can do hunting or healing springs, so I guess we'll do one. And if you guys want to read all of that, go for it, but yeah, that's kind of cool. And our fleet is fixed. Perfect. So, let's see. What I think I'll do now is that I'll get another sloop built inside Venice, seeing as how they are going to be the primary combat ships for us. Simply because if you look at it, the brig costs quite a little bit more, but has the same amount of guns. And these other ships, like the Gilles, well, they're fast, yes, but they don't have they have only 20 guns too. So I think the sloop is the most economic fighting ship out there, so we're going to build another one of those. So yeah, that's kind of that portion of the game. And now let's check something out here. So I want to see what Venice actually produces here. So fruits, salt, oil, and cloth and glass. And I think it's time to actually expand our little merchant gig here. So before I actually continue on with the campaign, I have a feeling that it'll be better if we actually checked out some of the other stuff here and checked out more importantly, how we where we want to set up our production facilities for goods. Yeah, and we also do need to stop these pirate raids, so we will stop them. This pirate group is actually quite big. They have 75 combat power, so they definitely have a lot of muscle there. And that ship will start building in just a little bit. So